Hello everyone from Lloret de Mar. Today I'm fulfilling a request from some of you who reached out mostly via DMs or Instagram saying, Marina, you're always showing these ultra luxury villas. Do you have anything for people who aren't quite that rich? So today we are looking at a house with a budget under 1 million euros. I'll share all the specs a bit later. I specifically picked this house because it has great potential. You could fix it up for yourself and it would make a stunning residence. Or you can leave it exactly as it is and use it to make money by renting it out to tourists, because this property already comes with a tourist license. And for those who are new to our channel, my name is Marina. You're watching the Damlex Realty channel. Now let's get into it. We are here at the main entrance. It's funny how the terrain can deceive you from the street when you walk up to certain houses. I mean, looking at this, you might think, what is this? Marina, where's the house? Where is it? You might ask. Well, the house is definitely here. And it's actually huge. But from this angle, all we see is this strange little tower. So where is the house hiding? Let's go find out. As you can see, the house isn't new. It was built in a traditional Mediterranean style. Over here is a semi-covered garage. Honestly, this was a parking space built for the cars of that era. Obviously, a large modern SUV or 4x4 won't fit in there. This door was installed later, mostly just to close it off from the street and create more privacy. But overall, you could remodel this entire area into a proper garage, or it could even become a living part of the house, because there's actually another very good garage downstairs with a very convenient driveway. Now let's go inside the house. The house is big. And to see just how big it is, you just have to look down right here. You can see how it goes deep down across several floors. It's very spacious. It stretches out along the plot, which gives it a very unique layout. Some people might look at it and say, oh, what a terrible floor plan. But this house is perfect for a large family with adult children and grandkids. Everything is laid out so well that you can easily have your own space without constantly running into each other. It's also fantastic for rentals. This house is booked out constantly. We've actually wanted to film here for a long time, but it was always difficult because it was constantly rented. This top room here is perfect for anyone who wants absolute isolation from the rest of the household, somewhere to escape upstairs, see no one and hear no one. And if you need to make an even faster escape outside, the front entrance is right here. This room is as close to the exit as it gets. The staircase is quite wide, which is a major plus. In my 22 years of experience, I've seen houses built around the same time where the stairs were half this width. If one person was going up and another coming down, you literally couldn't pass each other. If you want to keep the house as it is rather than tearing it down, you could easily install an elevator here, but if you do, you lose this top room. It would become the elevator machine room, and the elevator shaft would go right here. This space leaves plenty of room for a great full-sized elevator. You can solve any layout issue, even within the existing footprint of this house. In Spain, I often see older houses built on split levels. You get a half flight of stairs to a top room, then another half flight to another room. Why did they build like that? Well, first, it's because of the terrain. We are on the Costa Brava, which is very mountainous. And honestly, a lot of Spain is built this way to avoid spending a fortune on leveling the ground, even though back then there weren't strict building regulations and they could have built whatever they wanted if they had the budget. Not everyone had the money for massive earthworks. So people adapted the house designs to fit the natural slope of the land. Here is the living room with a fireplace. Look at how charming it is. The owners modernized this section slightly while preserving the original style of the house. Everything looks very neat and well kept. Considering how heavily this house is rented out, it's in great condition because the owners are very selective about their guests. For example, they don't allow groups of students. It's mostly families renting it, which is the best way to keep your property in good shape. Over here is the living room, and right next to it is the kitchen, which has access to the terrace. Some might say, well, the kitchen is pretty basic. True, but that's because the house is geared toward tourists. And tourists mostly do barbecues or eat out. Just think about when you go on vacation. Even if you rent a house, you're probably not going to spend hours cooking a paella. You'd rather go to a great restaurant and enjoy it there. Nobody is making complex meals here, so the kitchen is functional but tailored for short-term holiday stays. Both the living room and the kitchen open up to this terrace, and right ahead of us we have an open view. Look at that old house over there. I absolutely love properties like that. They added this new awning over their terrace and it looks great. They'll add some greenery later, and that's all their land. The plot of our house also goes all the way down. You can see how the land slopes below the house. The plot size here is 1,600 square meters. What I love is that even though the house spans several floors, you have this completely flat piece of land right in front of it. The tourist license is issued for 17 people, but in reality you can accommodate more. Licenses usually count 2 people per bedroom and 1 in the living room. But if the living room is big enough, you can easily fit 2 people there, increasing your capacity. Still, 17 people is more than enough. Let's look at the view from the house. Again, it's not a head-on sea view, it's more of a side view. But look at all this green forest right in front of us. This is a protected, non-buildable green zone. That means this view will stay like this forever. No one can cut down these trees or build houses here. And that estate I mentioned earlier, no other structures can ever be built on that entire plot of land except for that one house. It's what's called terreno rustico, meaning rural or agricultural land. What else did I want to mention? A little bit about the neighborhood. This is Roca Grossa, which is part of the municipality of Lloret de Mar. What does that mean? It means there are no community or HOA fees for the neighborhood. The city handles everything. In many cases, this is a huge plus because the city takes care of trash collection, road repairs, and general maintenance. The downside, however, is that if you want to change something in the neighborhood, you have to clear it with City Hall. You can't just hold a homeowners meeting and decide, hey, let's repave the roads. No, the city is in charge of everything here. From here, we have stairs going up and stairs going down. Honestly, this house has so many entrances and exits that a family can easily avoid crossing paths. This is why large European families of all generations love renting this place. Over here is a wardrobe area for this bedroom. As you can see, we technically have 7 rooms here. I won't open the blinds in this one, but it can sleep 4 people. And I have no doubt that the sofas fold out too, so there's plenty of space to utilize. Plus, the room is quite large. In Barcelona, this would easily be 2 separate bedrooms, maybe even 3. Our camera operator is gesturing that it could be 3. Yes, I agree. Saying 2 was an understatement. From the living room, the stairs leading down take us to another bedroom with its own bathroom. Everything is already set up for the next arrival. This is a double bedroom, so we already counted 4 people upstairs. If we count 2 sofa beds, that's 6 plus 2 here makes 8, and that other double bedroom makes 10. We also have a bathroom with a shower and a separate toilet room. It's quite rare in Spain to find the toilet in its own separate room. People from Eastern Europe are used to this separation, but Spanish layouts almost always combine everything. We've come down another half floor. The living room is right above us. On this split level, we have 2 bedrooms, also with their own balcony and terrace. This is exactly what I mean when I say you can have total privacy here. You can just step out from the terrace straight into the garden. This area can accommodate another 4 people, 2 and 2. That brings our total to 14 people, and we are still near the beginning. Well, the middle of our tour. Now let's go check out the other part of the house. We're heading back through this pleasant living room. Seriously, the view from here is stunning. I really love a mixed view that isn't just the sea because the greenery brings it to life. Seeing the residential lights at night is great too because at night the sea just looks like a giant black void. If you step onto a terrace facing only the sea after dark, you're just staring into pitch blackness. From the living room, we've gone down another half level and we're in the garage. Remember when I said that upper parking space could be converted into a living area? That's because you have this excellent garage down here. And look at this driveway area. The access from the street is incredibly convenient. That's a big deal. There are plenty of beautiful brand new houses where the driveway is incredibly steep or the house sits on a cliff and half the plot is wasted on a winding driveway. Here we have the gates, we drive straight in from the street and there's plenty of room to turn around. Also, when you have a lot of tourists, each family might rent a car. Since 3 or 4 families can stay here, you can easily park more than 4 cars right here. The pool area cannot be seen from the street because the road is up there and the pool is tucked down below. This room is private. The owners store some of their personal things here because they do stay in the house occasionally. The same goes for this other room. These two are on the smaller side and are used mostly for storage. By the way, behind this wooden door is a large space that runs along the wall. You could actually convert it into a separate guest apartment. I'll show you how it looks from the outside later, but you could definitely build an extra apartment there. All right, so we have 3 bedrooms here. We left off at 14 people, and here we have 3 rooms with double beds. That means 20 people can sleep here comfortably. There is 1 bedroom here and 2 more rooms over there. These open right out to the pool. There's also a bathroom with a shower and, again, a separate toilet. Some of you might be thinking, oh my God, this is terrible. If you buy this, you have to renovate immediately. Who would live in a place like this? Well, let me correct you. This place gets rented out instantly. It might look dated to us, but plenty of tourists love it. This is a common mistake made by investors buying vacation rentals. They start remodeling everything, which inflates the budget, but in reality, you'll only be able to rent it out for slightly more. You can't rent a place out like it's Buckingham Palace just because you laid down marble floors or installed super expensive appliances. Everything has its price point and its ceiling. You can run this house exactly as it is for 10 years without spending a single cent on renovations, making money and getting a return on your investment. There is another exit to the street here. I want to open it, but you can see it through the window. Standing here, it's clear how easy it would be to add an elevator to this house. Like I said, you would lose that room above us, but as you've seen, there's plenty of space, so you can sacrifice that room for the convenience of having an elevator. Then again, if you plan to live here, that's one thing, but if you're looking at it strictly as an investment property, just keep running it exactly as it is. Look, they even set up a little swing set here. I wanted to say a few words to those who are interested in holiday rental properties about how the owner handles this business. He is a very experienced Spanish investor. He looks for properties with tourist licenses that need some cosmetic work, rents them out heavily for a few years, as you can see, and then flips them. A mistake I often see with my buyers is that they want a flawless property with a license for incredibly cheap, so they pass on more affordable houses that need a remodel, completely ignoring their potential. But the potential here is massive. Now we are heading to an area that I absolutely love. Unfortunately, they didn't unlock it for us in advance, but I actually like it this way. As you can see, I talk to you just as if you were right here with me on a real viewing. I don't care for stage scripts, I just need to figure out how to turn on the lights in this room, creating an emotional picture-perfect setting is right from a marketing standpoint, but I want to show you everything unedited exactly as it is. Even moments like this, when something isn't perfectly prepared for the camera, prove that nothing we do is staged. Of course, with rare exceptions, I know the properties I show you. Generally, I've visited every property we have for sale, often multiple times. I love this room. And once we step further inside, I think you'll agree with me. This is where everyone will spend most of their time. First of all, there's a massive table. And since we know this house is for large groups, we have a full kitchen down here. This tells us that most of the cooking actually happens on this level, because where do we spend all our free time in Spain? In the garden and on the terrace, of course. We eat inside here if the weather is bad or chilly. But look at this covered, I don't even know what to call it. It's hard to just call it a terrace. Look at how high these ceilings are. You couldn't build something like this today. The beauty of this house is that you absolutely shouldn't tear it down. If you tear it down, you lose everything. You wouldn't be allowed to rebuild that upper tower from the street level where we entered. You'd either have to fill it in or build the house further down the slope. If someone wanted to live here permanently, I can already visualize how you could reconfigure and renovate this space. It would be an incredible home, like a mini estate right in the city, but without a massive plot that requires endless maintenance. At 1,600 square meters, it's a very manageable size. I would keep these arches. If you wanted to turn this into a functional indoor space, you could just add glass enclosures. There's a water supply here, plus we have the kitchen and the bathroom right next to it. Yeah. You could easily put in a sauna or a gym if it's for personal use. Now, if you want to keep renting it out, you don't need to change a thing. Look at this great setup. They put a pool table here and board games over there. Someone can be grilling at the barbecue while the rest of the family splashes in the pool. The grass is artificial, which is highly practical. My advice, if you're buying a property to rent out, don't waste money on real grass. This is much more practical, especially if you allow guests to bring dogs. Dogs will destroy a natural lawn. They dig, they pee, and the grass dies. This saves you money, and anyone buying this type of property wants to maximize profit. You save on a gardener. All you need to do is a quick cleanup to get rid of any leaves, and that's it. We can see the whole house clearly from this spot. Remember how I started our tour by saying the house looks tiny from the street? Look at how massive it actually is. Now, a few words about tourist licenses. If you plan to do short-term rentals, you are legally required to have a tourist license. Properties like this one are highly exclusive right now because since 2024, there has been a moratorium on issuing new licenses across the entire coast of Catalonia, the Costa Brava, the Barcelona suburbs, and down south to the Costa Dorada, which runs until 2028. You cannot get a new license even in areas where they used to grant them. In Lloret de Mar, if I'm not mistaken, they actually stopped issuing new licenses around 2008 or 2010. They banned new licenses here even earlier than in Barcelona to control tourism and prevent every single house from being rented to tourists. So if your goal is rental income, but you also want to use the property yourself sometimes, this format is perfect. When you don't have guests, you come and vacation here. When you do, you make money. And if you ever get tired of renting it out, you can just stop. But you keep the license because it significantly boosts the property's value for a future resale. It has immense potential. First of all, 1,600 square meters of land, even putting the tourist license aside, is hard to find in Roca Grossa. Secondly, even when plots like this exist, they aren't always for sale. Someone has usually already bought them to remodel and live in. Another advantage of this house is that La Riera runs nearby, which is a natural rainwater drainage channel. It's way down below, so there's absolutely no fear of flooding. Because of this, nobody can ever build anything in the space between us and those neighbors. Over there, as building near drainage channels is strictly prohibited. This is the last house allowed near La Riera, and the same applies to the other side. So you have a massive buffer zone, a huge green belt. No one will ever build in front of you, which is exceptionally rare. Here is everything below the main house. This black metal door could serve as the entrance to the guest apartment. Remember that wooden door I showed you from inside the house? This is where it leads out. This entire section is an unfinished space that can easily be converted into an apartment. And notice that this apartment would automatically be covered by the tourist license, since the property already has one. It could be completely independent. Guests could walk out from here straight to the street or head up or down to the pool using these existing stairs. Sure, it needs some landscaping, but as you can see, the lack of a manicured garden doesn't stop this house from renting out successfully. Even though it's not currently maintained, an automatic irrigation system is installed throughout the garden. It's likely just turned off right now. And here is that future apartment area I promised to show you. We come down from the garage next to the street where we started, walk down these stairs, and here is the door. That's it. This entire space with the installed windows can be turned into an extra apartment with access either out here or directly to the pool area. There's even a lower level down there with a stone table already set up. Obviously, the area needs some landscaping, but even if you don't rent it out right away, you absolutely want to keep the license active. Keeping it active means paying the annual license fees. If you miss a single year, the license is revoked and you will never get it back because, let me remind you, they do not issue new ones here. Maintaining it, even if you live here, adds massive value for any future resale. Right, and most importantly, I haven't given you the specs of the house yet. We have a plot of nearly 1,700 square meters, 1,670 to be exact, and the house itself is 474 square meters. It features 7 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, and remember, you can build that extra decently sized apartment complete with its own kitchen. The official tourist license is for 17 people, but as we've seen, they host up to 20 here, which is 3 more than what's written on the license. The house is located in Roca Grossa, in the town of Lloret de Mar, and it is priced at 760,000 euros. This is one of the properties you can find in Lloret de Mar for under €1 million. If you have any questions about this property, or if you're interested in investing in vacation rentals and need professional advice, you know where to find us. This was Marina from Damlex Realty. See you next time. Bye-bye.